What is hardware? Hardware is a metal products that is used in construction and they are classified into two. First, rough hardware. Rough hardware is meant to be concealed such as bolts, nails, screws, spikes, and other metals fittings. Finish hardware, also called as architectural hardware, builder's finish hardware, finish builder's hardware. Example is hinges, locks, catches, etc. that has a finished appearance as well as functions, especially that used with doors, windows, and cabinets, or may be considered part of the decorative treatment of a room or building. Types of rough hardware. First, common wire nail or common nail. It is a cut or wire low carbon steel nail having a slender plain shank and a medium diamond point. Second, finishing nail. It is a slender nail made from finer wire that the common nail has a brad type head which permits it to be set below the surface of the wood, leaving only a small hole which can be putted easily used in the finishing work. Third, brad nail. It is a small finishing nail, usually of the same thickness throughout with the head that is almost flush with the slides or head that projects slightly to one side. Box nail. Similar to a common nail but thinner, has a long shank which may be smooth or barbed. Casing nail. It is a slender nail with a small, slightly flared head used for finishing work. Ring shank nail. It is a nail having a number of ring-like grooves around the shank to increase its holding power. Clinch or clench nail. Any nail designed for clinching after driving. Clinching is securing a nail, stapled screw, or bolts by hammering the protruding point so that it will bend over. Roofing nail. It is a short nail having a barb or ring shank and a comparatively large flat head, may be galvanized or bright, often provided with a neoprene lid or plastic washer, used to secure roofing felts or shingles to a roof deck or roof boards. Metal lath nail. It is a nail designed for securing a metal lath. A metal lath is a base of plaster fabricated by slitting metal, then stretching it to form a diamond-shaped mesh, or by punching and forming sheet metal, usually classified as a rab slat, diamond mesh slat, sheet slat, or wire slat. Electrician's staple nail. It is a U-shaped piece of metal or heavy wire with pointed ends driven into a surface to secure a sheet material, hold a hasp, etc. Concrete nail. It is a hardened steel nail having a flat, countersunk head and a diamond point used for nailing to concrete or masonry. Masonry nail. It is a hardened steel nail with a knurled or fluted shank, specially used for fastening to masonry.
Here are the types of nail construction. Face nailing. Face nailing is in which the nails are driven perpendicular to the face of the material. Next is the line nailing, also called the concealed or secret nailing, nailing in such a way that the nail heads are not visible on the face of the work. In finished roofing, the use of nails that are not exposed to the weather. And lastly, toe nailing, also called skew or mask nailing, nailing of liquid clay to the surface being joined. Bolts the types of bolts. First is the machine bolt. A threaded bolt having a straight shank and a conventional head such as a square, hexagonal, button, or countersunk type. Next is stove bolt. These screws are used to fasten metal parts together that are going into a tap hole or through a hole being held together by a knot to obtain the fastener length measure from the underside of the head to the tip of the screw. Next is carriage bolt. Carriage bolt is a threaded bolt having a circular head, an oval or flat bearing surface, and a means of preventing rotation of the bolt. Next is toggle bolt, a bolt having a nut with a pivoted flank wings that close against a spring when it is pushed through a hole and open after emerging from the hole, used to fasten objects to a hollow wall or to a wall which is accessible only from one side. Next is expansion bolts. Expansion bolts, same as the expansion shields, an anchoring device have an expandable socket that swells as a bolt is tightened into it, used in a masonry walls or in attached timber or etc.
What is finished hardware? Finished hardware is a visible or exposed hardware fittings such as locks, hinges, fasteners, handles, plates that is used in building construction.
Hanging the door. Hinges, pivots, and combination pivots and closers. Operating the door. Handles, latches, push plates, and pull bars. Closing the door. Door closer and combination pivots and closers. Closing the door. Lock sets, deadbolts, flash bolts, electric locks, and other special devices. Sealing the door. Weather stripping, sound seals, smoke seals. Protecting the door. Kick plates, corner protection, and similar materials.
So what is hinges? So hinges is a mechanical bearing that connects two solid objects, typically allowing only a limited angle of rotation between them.
There are types of hinges. First is spring hinges. So a spring hinges is made to provide assistance in the closing or the opening of the hinge leaves. A spring is a component of a hinge that applies force to secure a hinge close or keep a hinge open. Second is the barrel hinge. So, a barrel hinge is sectional barrel secured by a pivot. A barrel is a component of a hinge that has a hollow, cylinder-shaped section where the rotation-bearing force is applied to the pivot, and may also have a screw shape for fastening and or driving the pivot. Next is pivot hinge. So, pivot hinge which pivot in openings in the floor and the top of the door frame. Also referred to as the double-acting floor hinge. This type is found in the ancient dry stone buildings and rarely in old wooden buildings. These are also called har-hung doors. They are a low-cost alternative for use with lightweight doors. So the fourth one is the butt or mortise hinges. So it is usually in threes or fours which are insert mortise into the door and frame. Most residential hinges found in the US are made of steel, although mortise hinges for exterior doors are often made of brass or stainless steel to prevent corrosion. The fifth one is case hinges. So case hinges are similar to a butt hinge rather. However, usually more of a decorative nature. Most commonly used in suitcases, briefcases, and the like. So the next one is the continuous hinges or a piano hinges. So this type of hinges is also known as piano hinges. It runs the entire length of the door, panel, or box. Continuous hinges are manufactured with or without holes. These hinges also come in various thicknesses, pin diameters, and knuckle lengths. Next is the concealed hinges, used for furniture doors with or without self-closing feature and with or without damping systems. They are made of two parts. One part is the hinge cup and the arm. The other part is the mounting plate. Next is called butterfly hinges or UK hinges. So next one is the butterfly hinges. These were known as dovetail hinges from 17th century onwards and can be found on all desks and cabinets from about 1670 until the 18th century. The next one is called flag hinges. A flag hinges can be taken apart rather with a fixed pin on one leaf. Flag hinges can also swivel a full 30-60 degrees around the pin. Flag hinges are manufactured as a right hand and a left hand configuration. The next one is strap hinges, an early hinge and used on many kinds of interior and exterior doors and cabinets. Edge hinges, shaped like an edge and used on small mountain doors. Next one is HL hinges. Large HL hinges were common for passage doors, room doors, and closet doors in the 17th century to 19th centuries. On taller doors, H hinges were occasionally used in the middle along with the HL hinges.
What is latches? So a latches is a device for holding a door, gate, or the like closed, consisting basically of a bar falling or sliding into a catch. Types of latches. First is a deadbolt latch. A deadbolt latch is a single throw bolt with a lock bolt that extends into the door jamb. Can be engaged in its strike plate only after the door is closed. Typically prevents the bolt from being retracted by force. The second one is called draw latches. So draw latches is also called pull down latches or toggle latches. Consists of pivoting levers and drawbars. The clasp merges the two parts together when you close the latch. Its principle is pushing the lever arm down pulls the drawbar against the catch, then drawing it in and closing the door. The third one is the slam latch. Uses a spring. It's actuated by shutting or slamming of a door. And slam doors and drawers shut without damaging the latch. It automatically locks doors and requires manual motions to open. So the fourth one is called cam latch. Cam latch is also can be referred to as cam lock or twist latch. Consists of a base and a cam lever and actuated through turning the cam. Handle relies on a cam rotating within its base to squeeze a cabinet door closure shut. It is commonly found in a garage cabinets, file cabinets, tool, chest, and other places where privacy is important. So the last one is called sliding latch. Sliding latch consists of sliding or rotating pin and separate catches. A swing bolt latch is pinned at the base and rotates to engage the catch. Each latching and unlatching need manual motion.
The action of turning or rotation. Pivots as a building material is ideal for doors that are heavier than usual. There are two types of pivots. One is the center hung pivot, which is commonly used in rescue hardware found in hospitals. Second is the offset pivot, which is commonly used on single-acting doors. Materials commonly used in making pivots are stainless steel. This is to provide a strong foundation or base for our doors. Panic hardware. This is a door component designed to allow a fast and unencumbered exit through a doorway. They eliminate a stampede crush hazard and cut the time needed to unlock a door in an emergency situation, because even someone with no prior knowledge of how to open the door can do so by simply pressing it. The types of panic hardware are rim-type panic device, vertical rod-type panic device, and mortise panic device. These devices also use the stainless steel as its material. Push plates and pull bars. Push plates and pull bars facilitates the operation of the door by pushing or pulling the door as you enter or exit through the opening. This is commonly used on high traffic areas such as large restrooms. The types of push plates and pull bars are horizontal push bars, decorative pulls, straight pulls, and offset pulls. Materials commonly used in these devices are aluminum, brass, and stainless steel.
Astragals. An astragal is a piece of hardware that is used on a pair of doors to seal the gap between the doors when they are closed. Overlapping astragals. An overlapping astragal is attached to one of the doors in a pair of doors, and when a door is closed, the astragal will overlap the edge of the other door. This type of astragal requires that the door without the astragal closes first, so that the door with the astragal can close and latch properly. The overlapping astragal can be a long, narrow strip of flat metal that is mounted to the face of the active door and overlaps the inactive door. There are also bent astragals that allow space for strike play. Meeting style astragals. The meeting style astragals meet in the middle when the doors are closed to seal the gap between them. These can be seals that just bump against each other to create the seal. They can have spring-adjusted seals that can be readjusted over time if needed, or they can even have magnetic strips that will connect together when closed to ensure a proper seal.
Cabinet knobs. It is to help or to protect your cabinet finish because you are not transferring the oils on your fingers to the cabinet front. You also need them to open your doors and drawers if you have a frameless or full overlay cabinet, since your fingers won't fit in the reveals of the cabinet for operations. There are 5 types of cabinet knobs. First is screw-in knob, bolt-on knob, flush knob, flush ring, and pull.
So lid stays. Lid stays is a movable cover for the opening of a hollow container. Lid stays keep doors at certain angles, preventing slamming. So the first type of lid stays is called torsion spring lid stays. So torsion spring lid stays allow virtually any size lid to open smoothly, hold its position, and then close easily. The next one is door stay and lid stay. Door and lid stays are devices connected to a lid or a door that prevent it from opening further than a specified amount, usually 90 degrees. The third one is the telescopic door stays. It features excellent lid positioning and rigid control, allows hatch opening up to 95 degrees. So the fourth one is the hydraulic lid stay, built in a one-way rotary clutch dampening mechanism. The next one is called locking lid stay. So locking lid stay can be locked automatically at the door position fully open. Next is called spring lid stay. So spring lid stay is a spring mechanism, assists in lifting door and holds in open position. The last one is vertical cabinet door stay. Description for upward door or downward doors. Up opening doors stays open at 75 degrees to 100 degrees. Down opening door stays open at 90 degrees.
Door stops and bumpers. Door stops and bumpers are small metal fabrications with rubber bumpers attached and are used to keep a door from damaging adjacent construction.
So, drawer runners. So, what is drawer runners? So, drawer runners are small devices that are used to facilitate fluid motion during opening and closing. So, types of drawer runners is first called side-mounted. So, side-mounted, a standard drawer runner style. Side-mounted runners affix to either side of the drawer, leaving them visible whenever the drawer is open. So the next one is bottom-mounted, a more aesthetically minded alternative to standard side-mounted runners. Bottom-mounted drawer runners are invisible throughout the drawer operation. So the third one is called heavy-duty runners. Whether you opt for side or bottom-mounted drawer, heavy-duty runners will best complement very large or heavily laden drawers. They serve particularly well for commercial or industrial uses, as in workshops or professional kitchens. The next one is soft close. Soft close drawer runners may be side or bottom mounted to fit your budget and taste. As the name suggests, they avoid slamming or noisy closes by guiding cabinet to a soft, meeting the cabinet frame. Next one is self-close drawer runners. So self-close drawer runners are a premium style, generally offered as under-amount runners. A gentle push on the drawer causes it to continue closing until it softly shuts. The convenience of a self-closed drawer may aid in a fast-paced environment of a commercial kitchen or add elegance to a residential application.